So we had a quick discussion about how the other side's view of mothers and motherhood clashes with reality. Larry, if I'm not mistaken, you are originally from Camden.
Right outside of Camden.
My father is from Plainfield, New Jersey. And the state of New Jersey today is not what it was 50 years ago.
Right.
It was a low-tax, pro-business, extremely friendly, lots of manufacturing, very safe state. But something changed. And what changed is the liberal bomb exploded over New Jersey, and it has become a high-tax, no-business, and extremely dangerous place to live. So if the Coalition for Peace Action were to see its policies go through nationwide, the whole country might look like Trenton. The whole country might look like Camden. The whole country might look like Newark. The whole country might look like Cleveland. The whole country might look like Oakland. In fact, everywhere these policies are tried, they fail. And what we're here to do today is tell them those policies will not be put in place. Unacceptable. Quick point of order. There is a small parking lot behind the building. If you park right behind this pink colored building, you should move your car because they might be towed. All right. Part of my job as introducing the speakers here was to understand who the speakers are. So we sent out an email asking for the speakers to send me back an email explaining who they are. Well, Charles is the only one that did that, and I kind of butchered that one up. The rest of you guys, what happened there? You didn't send me anything. Well, the good part of that is Sergeant Robert Mansfield, our next speaker. I had to do a little bit of research on Sergeant Mansfield. And quite literally, I was getting extremely emotional at my desk reading this man's story. It is said that it's not where you start your life or where you end your life, it's the road that you travel in between. And I'm asking each of you to take a look at this man, what he's achieved in his life, and I promise it'll be a very moving experience. I'm going to take just a very short snippet of his background about his time in the military. Sergeant Robert Mansfield is a 13-year veteran of the U.S. Army and the U.S. Army National Guard. In 2006, Specialist Mansfield deployed in Operation Iraqi Freedom to Baghdad, Iraq. He served on the Convoy Security Combat Team, which bore a disproportionate number of IED attacks as well as ambushes. On one of these missions, the Humvee he was driving was blown off the road when the truck behind him was hit by an IED. Sergeant Mansfield sustained a concussion from the blast, and the resulting head injuries have permanently affected his eyesight. He's required to wear dark glasses and use a cane. Sergeant Mansfield was put in for Purple Heart Medal about when he was released from Wounded Warrior Battalion, and on June 17, 2010, he was honorably discharged. So this sounds like a real portrait in true courage, but there's something I omitted, and that is that Sergeant Mansfield is a black Republican Tea Party admirer from Center City, Philadelphia. Now that takes courage. And we need a whole lot more of that. So, Sergeant, it's a real pleasure to have you here today. Come on up.
Yes, Sergeant. I might cry over that one. Thank you. I'm honored. It is truly an honor to be with you on a Saturday afternoon. There is no other place. Oh, trust me, I'm about to get loud. We about to go all in up in this place. If you had never seen me speak, you're in for a treat this afternoon. I'm gonna fire y'all up. It is an honor to be with you, to be in your presence. It is an honor to have an opportunity to serve this country. I am a son of a heroin addict, and this Mother's Day, I will be without my mother because she died in 1983 as a result of a double robbery homicide in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So you think that I would be walking across that bridge this afternoon? No, I'm doubling down. I'm doubling down. I'm standing strong for the Second Amendment. Article 1, Section 21 makes it very clear. It shall not be questioned. I don't know what or not did. I can't go there. I can't go there. This afternoon, I don't do a speech without doing a biblical reference. And by the way, if you take pictures, feel free to put them on Facebook. I know some people get kind of anal about that. I'd love for you to put it on Facebook. It is in the book of Luke that we will travel this afternoon. Luke chapter 11, verse 21. And y'all ought to be cheering about this verse. When a strong man, fully armed, guards his own house, his possessions are safe. I say again, when a strong man or woman, fully armed, guards his own house, his possessions are safe.
Yeah.
By the way, that wasn't written by Luke. Jesus Christ himself said that because it is in red.
Yeah.
The title this afternoon is I Am the God. About a month or so, I downloaded a song. I have about 7,500 songs on my iPod. I downloaded a beautiful song by a great country music legend by the name of Glenn Campbell. The song was called Wichita Lineman. In this song, it talks about how Campbell, or his fictitious counterpart, is a lineman for the county. One could infer that he was either an electrical lineman or a phone lineman. And they would travel up and down the road looking for distressed lines, or looking for what they call an overload. In this song, Glenn Campbell talks about, I can hear you singing in the wire. What that means is that there's times where there's the strain in the wire, and especially during the winter time, the lines, when it snows, they get heavy and they start to whine because of the stress and strain of the snow or the ice. You've seen it many times during a snowstorm. The lines get frozen and they start to come in. The poles start to come together. And at some point, if it keeps snowing, or if the ice gets heavier, those lines will snap. So he's up and down the road looking for overloads. We are the guardians, riding up and down the road looking for constitutional overloads, looking for people who are overreaching, abridging our freedoms.
That's right.
And it is a difficult job. The job of a lineman is very lonely. The job that we have as sheepdogs, if you can imagine being in Talil, Iraq, in the middle of the night, looking for insurgents, that's a very lonely job. The job that you have here today in protecting the Second Amendment is a very lonely job, because America has lost its Christian values and now they're going towards this amoralism.
Amen. Yeah.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, we had this big movement. It was cool to be a Christian. And all these mega churches sprung up until they found out what it meant to really be a follower of Christ. Then all that movement went away. Well, today, it is hip to be a homo. Everybody's running out. Everybody's coming out of the closet. And we as Christians in some cases are running into the closet. It's time for us to get back on the line.
Yeah.
Come out of the closet.
Yeah. That's right.
Get back on the line. So Glenn Campbell says, I can hear you singing in the wire. And I can hear you through the wine. But the notable comment here is, and the Wichita lineman is still on the line. We are still on the line. Don't leave that line. Because if you leave, there ain't nobody else. Yes, I said ain't. There ain't nobody else.
That's right. That's right.
Thomas Jefferson said, firearms stand next in importance to the Constitution itself. They are the American people's liberty teeth and keystone under independence. From the hour the Pilgrims landed to the present day, events, occurrences, and tendencies prove that to ensure peace, security, and happiness, the rifle and pistol are equally indispensable.
Yeah.
The very atmosphere of firearms anywhere restrains evil interference. They deserve a place of honor with all that's good. George Washington made that comment.
Yeah.
And as I begin to wrap this up, I want to read to you a speech that was given by Ronald Reagan in 1983 at the NRA convention. President Reagan said, standing up for America also means standing up for the God who has so blessed this land. If we could just keep remembering that Moses brought down the mountain 10 commandments, not suggestions. And if those of us who live for the Lord could remember that he wants us to love our Lord and our neighbor, then there is no limit to the problems we could solve or the mountains we could climb together as a mighty force for good. The United States remains the last best hope for a mankind plagued by tyranny and deprivation. America is no stronger than its people.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We the people.
And that means you and me. Well, I believe in you. And I believe that if we work together, then one day we will say, we fought the good fight, we finished the race, we kept the faith, and to our children and our children's children, we can say we did all that could be done in the brief time that was given us here on earth. Civilian in peace, soldier in war, of security and honor. For 3 centuries, I have been the custodian. I am the guard. At Concord's Bridge, I fired the faithful shot heard round the world. I bled on Bunker Hill. My footprints marked the snows at Valley Forge, with Washington on the heights of Yorktown. I saw the sword surrendered. I am the guard. These things I know. I was there. I saw both sides of the war between the states. I was there. The hill at San Juan felt the fury of my charge. The far plains and mountains of the Philippines echoed to my shout. In France, the dark forests of the Argonne blazed with my barrage. Chateau Thierry crumbled to my cannonade. I am the guard. I bowed briefly on the grim road at Bataan. Through the jungles and on the beaches, I fought the enemy, beat, battered, and broke him.
Yeah.
I scrambled over the Normandy's beaches. I was there. I flew Mig Alley to the Yayu. Yeah, this is gonna get a little messy. I am the guard. I fought in the skies above Vietnam. I was there. In the skies, on the ground.
Yeah.
I made the Arabian desert feel the fury of the storm.
Yeah.
I am the guard. Civilian in peace, soldier in war. The stricken hath known the comfort of my skill. I have faced forward the tornado, the typhoon, and the horror of the hurricane, and the flood. I saw the tall towers fall. I was there. I am the guard. For 3 centuries, the custodian of security and honor, now and forever. I am the guard.
Here, here.